Alright, good morning. Today we're going to multiply whole numbers to decimals. I have a basic story problem here to help us with this. It says, Liz began walking to get back into shape. She walked 63 hundredths of a mile each day for 3 days. How far did she walk? Alright, from the structure of this story problem here, we know that 63 hundredths each day for 3 days would tell us that we would have to multiply. So our basic equation would be 63 hundredths times 3 days. We're going to use a grid, a hundredths grid, to help us solve this problem. And I have an assortment of grids here. We can look at a grid as the same thing as 100 over 100, or equaling one whole. 100 over 100 equals one whole. And we know that we're going to have to shade in 63 hundredths 3 different times on this grid. And to do this, I'm going to use 3 different colors. So I've chosen several colors here, and I'm going to go ahead and locate 63 hundredths. And I know that I have a tenth here, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, and then 3 more representing 61, 62, and 63. There's one color. I'm going to go ahead and shade in 3 more for another color here. I'm going to use the same row here. Actually, I'm going to go to the next row here. I'll go 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths. And since I have some spaces left over here, I'm going to go ahead and shade in 100th, 200th, 300th. So there's 63 hundredths shaded in. There's 2 colors. And I'm going to use my last color and do the same process again. I'm going to count out 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, which is the same as 60 hundredths, and I'm going to shade in back over to my first row that I had left over, 100th, 200ths, 300ths. Okay, so now I have one whole shaded in, one whole hundredths grid. There's 1. And I have, except for 1 left over, notice there's 1 left over right here that was not shaded, so it's not quite 1. So if I come back over here and I get rid of just 1 square over here and I move that here, now that is 1. 1 whole box is shaded. 100 hundredths. This is our 100 hundredths right here. And what's left over here? I'll have 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, almost 9 full tenths, minus this 1, which gives me 89 hundredths. So 89 hundredths, or 89 over 100, for 1 and 89 hundredths. So I know that 63 hundredths times 3 days equals 1 and 89 hundredths. Now, I can check this problem using a traditional logarithm, which I'll do right now. I'm going to see if we get the same thing. 63 hundredths times 3 days. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. I have 2 place height positions. 1, 2. So there's a, I'm going to write a little 2 over there so I don't forget. And I have as of right now, I have 189. I just pretended that 63 hundredths was really just 63 times 3. I pretended they were whole numbers. But really, it's not a whole number. It's part of a whole. So if I had 189, I'm going to have to bring back my decimal twice because I moved it over twice up here. 1 or tenths, 2 or hundredths. Therefore, I have 1 and 89 hundredths. So Liz walked 1 and 89 hundredths miles over the course of 3 days. So you need to practice this at home and at school, and if you need to see this again, watch it again, please. Thank you.